Okay, a last one, marketing and sales week. Man, we've gotten through the first three. Let's get into the final one here. Now, remember, you may have started at time and teams, and your last one's going to be financials and pricing. It doesn't really matter where you start. We got to get through all 4 weeks, and then we make the game plan from there anyway. So, marketing and sales week, pretty simple stuff. We want to look at your website. So, if you can provide a link to your website and some of your social profiles, if you have them, gives us an idea of what you have and what you are focused on, how often you're posting, what you're looking like on your socials and online, right? So just presence. What is it right now? We have some website suggestions and things that we want to see on there that's going to help us go from having a brochure website to a revenue generating website. So that's kind of what we're looking for there. And then, do you have a marketing partner? Do you work with a marketing? Are you paying a marketing partner? If so, who? There's a lot of marketing experts in our industry. Just like to know who's your partner, so we likely know and have worked with, or maybe partnered with them as well. So we'll understand your world from who you're working with a little bit there. And as well, of course, are you spending any money? If so, how much money are you spending each month? And that's really what we're looking for on the marketing and on the spend, and just kind of getting an idea of whether or not that's a concern or not. And then that will lead to this last question here about your pipeline. So we want to know at least the revenue in your pipeline. If not, you can fill out this pipeline scoreboard. I think that's really important. It'll kind of highlight for yourself, or at least kind of open our eyes up to what's actually in our pipeline. I know we all know that there's either a lot going on and we have tons of opportunity, or we know that, my pipeline's pretty barren. I don't have a lot going on, but we don't necessarily know exactly what we have going on. If you fill out this pipeline scoreboard, you will know exactly what's going on. This will help us lead back to, man, do we have a marketing issue? And we don't have to spend money on marketing. There's one-to-manys we'll get into, those one-to-many relationships. It's networking. It's getting out with architects and realtors and mortgage brokers. And, there's a lot of ways to do this without spending a ton of marketing dollars. So depending on what we have, what we need to do, how do we need to increase our pipeline? Because the truth of the matter is, if we don't have a sales pipeline, we're not going to get to where we want to go with our revenue, likely, if that's not full enough, right? So, sales pipeline, just quickly open that up so you can see what that is. Any one of these tools, by the way, open this up and then, go to File and make yourself a copy. Once you make yourself a copy, you can leverage and use these tools yourselves. So we built this thing out really simple. It's more or less, again, this goes back a couple of years now that it's been built. But we have projects. What is the revenue expected in a pipe? If a project were to start tomorrow, and we happen to be at the end of March here, so going into April, maybe I got project C that if we close the deal here with a 50% or more to close rate, right? So I'm expecting at least, 1 and 2, we're going to close this. We're real close. That maybe it's going to start in July and it should produce on average about 95,000 a month, and it goes into the following year as well. So that's the size of the project. That's our monthly estimates if we spread it out. Now we can have a bit of a pipeline and see, hey, you know what? We're looking pretty good here in September, October, but we start tailing off in November, December, right? So I got to get some more in the pipeline. So I start to understand that, instead of having these peaks and valleys where we've got good revenue, then we don't focus on sales and marketing, it falls off. I just want to see what's in the pipeline here. And if you don't want to go through this and spend the time, which you really should, but if you don't, then at least just give us your revenue. What's the total revenue that's in the pipeline right now? So that's what we're looking for in this week, as well as this one here. Provide any sales assets or sales package. Are you guys showing up with something in your hands or sending digitally? How are you selling yourselves? And most of us, many of us, are just showing up ourselves, and that's totally fine. It's fine as of right now. We want to help take that to the next level. In fact, some of the things we'll be focused on is our sales system, and we'll get into sales system deep, which will help you build out more sales assets and a sales package that will take you to a whole other level. So that's going to be extremely important during that week. So again, these are the few things we need. Pretty straightforward. Not a lot of time and effort in here, except that pipeline scoreboard, which is time and effort that's incredibly important if you can get that dialed in. Those that do have a whole different understanding about their business than those that don't. Again, this is our first 4 weeks. Share this stuff with us week to week. Make it simple each week, as opposed to, you don't have to do it all at once. Just get it to us in pieces each week, and we get through this thing. Then we can sit down with you at the end of your 4 weeks and create an incredible game plan for you to go execute. Guys, we'll see you on the sessions. Cheers.